Alright guys, let's talk about this 8630 for a minute. I really haven't had it long enough to know if I really like it or not, but I've been working on it more than I've been using it, I believe. It's not a big deal. It's a solid tractor. The engine's great. Transmission is great. It's just those solenoids and electrical connections that are giving me fits. Which, as you can see, I've been in here. I'm not the only one that's been in here. Somebody has used duct tape here, which is all they really had to do was pull all this tape off and undo the pin and slide some shrink wrap over it. But maybe they didn't have time to do that, unless the dealer did it. But yeah, they've been in here messing around. And then my problem is, I can work it and pull, disc, do whatever I want in this tractor. But if I ever go to range A after I've been working it for a couple hours and try to come back out of A into B, I get a code. And it won't come out of A. My code is F1H, which is open, high range solenoid open or short to ground. And another one I can't go in reverse. So the other code is F38, and that is disabled range selected by operator. Which, that tells me that it's not, the solenoid isn't able to shift it, so it's disabled in reverse. So I'm guessing high range and reverse are probably on the next range and reverse are probably on the same solenoid circuit. But I can shift through all these gears, so there's nothing wrong with the solenoids that they put on there. I can shift through all of them. But this is kind of neat. I can actually go faster than 3 miles an hour in range A, and I can go slower than 3 miles an hour in range B. So that's good. I don't have to shift ranges whenever I'm bailing. I can just stay in the same range and just shift the gear. That's it. I mean, it's kind of neat how it shifts the gear. It shifts range. It's almost like it disengages the clutch and shifts it for you without you having to do anything. So, anyway, I have a few tools and a little bit of knowledge from when I did a little bit of mechanic work when I worked at the Caterpillar dealership. And these are all the gears. The solenoids for all the gears. They replace these. There's like 5 or 6 solenoids for each gear. Those work fine. This is your range selector, which has like A, B, C in reverse, I think. I guess 4 is in there too, I'm not real sure. I don't have an operator's manual. I have one ordered, but so I need a wiring diagram, so I can figure out what pin does what and what solenoid does what. Now, these solenoids are $250 a piece, so I'm going to make darn sure it's a solenoid before I go replacing it. But anyway, I did some investigative work on these plugs, and if you can see that plug that's up in there, there's 2 plugs actually. But after I've been working it for a while, and it was stuck in range A. I got in there and pulled one of those out. It was kind of hot in there, but I had to get it figured out. Anyway, I pulled it apart, and there was like 3 pins that were corroded green with white stuff all over them. I'm pretty sure that's the culprit. I haven't taken the other one apart, but anyway, I got a few little tools there to work on those pins, and I cleaned them up the best I could. Probably need some new pins in it, but I cleaned them up and put it back together, hopped in there, everything worked fine. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what. There could also be a bad spot in the wire. There's probably 10 foot of wire that comes from these. It runs back there along the bottom of the cab and up and to the dash. It also has some that come off this, so there's a lot of wires here, so it could be a lot of different things, but right now it's fixed. That's free. You're going to pay a shop to do that. When we sent it over there in the first place, the main reason was to get that turned up and set on a dynamometer. I could probably do it, but I want to make sure that I'm not going to melt the pistons down. The 8600 was set on a dynamometer. It's set about all it can do. But I'm pretty sure this is where you adjust it. Pretty sure. I'm not positive. That's a rotary pump. I know the line pumps. I can work on them, but like I said, it's a rotary and I don't fool with them much. Since we had it over there, we had them fix a few things, and yeah, we did have a little bit of a leak, but that's just the top on the brake fluid, and they got another one on the way. That's what they replaced. We wanted them to work on the shifting, and the shifting's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it, but other than the range selecting. Other than that, solid tractor. It's really tight. Steering's tight. Everything's tight. The motor is just phenomenal. How much power you can get out of that thing without. There's hardly any black smoke comes out of it, and it's just. It walks all over the place. I mean, it can pull a hitch off its disc. It's just, it's got all kinds of power. So, power is not an issue with this thing. It's got plenty of weight, I think. It does slip those duals a little bit, but that's typical. I'm pretty sure that I know where this tractor came from. It came from Western Kentucky. There's a lot of crop ground in Western Kentucky, a lot of flat ground out there, and I bet you this thing pulled a planter, because there's all kinds of holes drilled over there where it looks like they mounted monitors, and there's holes drilled in it to where they could run wires and stuff. So I'm almost betting they pulled a planter with it. So that explains the hitch, the funny wear on the hitch. I haven't seen any of our tractors wear like that, so that's new. It's a new one on me. But those duals, pretty sure they're aftermarket. It says under first on it, and they're a pain in the butt to get on. I guess that's why everybody only takes one wheel off when they're chopping. But anyway, it's a little bit of the dilemma that I'm in, and I think I fixed it. So it's always a good day when you think you figure something out. But anyway, it's a little bit on the tractor. Thanks for watching.